Hey guys, Brian here at the Taronga Zoo in Sydney, Australia. I'm seeing so many wonderful sights here, having a great day. And behind me you see the Wollemi pine. And it's an amazing little tree, kind of unique to this particular area. And what makes it so unique, they got a whole display set up to us, some signs behind me. The Wollemi pine was thought to be extinct, thought to have gone extinct with the dinosaurs. And then when it was discovered years ago, they said, wow, this is just like finding a living dinosaur. And it just shocked the secular world and the evolutionists. But of course, we understand from a biblical perspective, that's not a big surprise to find these Wollemi pines because, well, they're not that old. They began growing after the flood, sometime after that, and they're not millions of years old. They weren't extinct, they're still around. No. We have a different perspective on these particular trees, as unique as they may be. And the point I want to make here and connect to a lesson is that ideas have consequences. The way you view the world affects how you interact with the world and what you think about the world and how you act within the world. Because your worldview, your ideas really do have consequences. And we see that here with Israel. As God judges Israel in this particular lesson, that ideas do have consequences. Israel have rejected the biblical worldview, the worldview that said God is supreme, we should bow to His every whim, He's God and we're not. They rejected that. And they had embraced a different ideology, a pagan ideology. An ideology that said, I can determine the rules, I can worship any gods as I see fit. And they worshiped many gods. They tried to squeeze pagan ideas into their own worship. And essentially they abandoned true worship, the true God of Israel, for all these other gods. They were following a different system of belief, a system that said God's not the ultimate authority, and those ideas had consequences. Now God had given them numerous warnings to repent, turn away from these pagan ideas that rejected Him, to turn back to Him as the ultimate authority, but Israel refused to do so. They kept rebelling against God, and eventually God followed through on His promise to judge them for their sin. The sin that was a result of their bad ideology, their bad ideas that had rejected God as supreme. And so as we look at this, as we remember this, see the Wollemi pine behind me, and look at the judgment on Israel from God, let's remember sin has consequences and ideas have consequences. The way you view the world affects how you act within the world, and of course those things have consequences. So let's be sure that as we are living to God's glory, let's take every thought captive, make it obedient to Christ, to His glory and our good. So let's keep that in mind as we look at the Wollemi pine one more time, and I will talk to you guys later on. See ya.